for the next topic, I have a question for you. This is a weird question. I'm not entirely sure. Like I always say, I'm not entirely sure how much traction or how much mileage we're going to get out of this question. But I am kind of curious. When you buy a game, you go to the store and you buy a game, it's $60. A month later, the game is on sale for $30. Do you ever feel cheated when that happens? When a game goes on sale very fast, or you buy the game and then you buy the DLC, and then a month later they're selling the game with the DLC for free. Like, do you ever feel cheated when that stuff happens? I guess I'm the only person who will Taco Bell. I love their nachos and Crunchwrap Supreme. No, I know plenty of people that love Taco Bell. Yeah, you feel that. Really depends on how much mileage I get out of it thus far. Okay. Because I bought Fighter Z and all I got in return was 6 Gokus. Yeah, I was wondering about that because the Black Friday sales are starting to come out. And there are some games on there that are relatively new or newer, and they're getting some major cuts. So I was just kind of curious about whether or not it feels like you feel cheated whenever that stuff happens very, very early. Like, what's it called? Detroit Become Human. I think I saw that at Walmart for Black Friday sales for $25. But that was like the beginning of the year. So I don't think anybody who bought the game day one would say, "Oh, that sucks that it's so cheap right now." But if the game came out a month ago, I can imagine being very furious. Because wasn't the Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I remember, I haven't played it yet, and it bothers me that I haven't played it. Because I did love the other Tomb Raider. But there was a thing where that came out, and then not long after, it went out. It came out on Steam, and it was like half the price. And it had some DLC with it. And I could imagine being a little upset. Yeah, discounted on Steam like 2 weeks after it came out. I say, for instance, I buy Zelda Breath of the Wild and binge the hell out of it. Then I don't feel as bad because I feel like paying day one privileges. Okay, so as this compared to say Bayonetta 2, which I bought on release and didn't play until. Okay, so as a day one purchaser, you kind of accept it. You acknowledge that you're paying for the right to play it early, for the privilege of playing it early. I don't feel cheated at all. I was the one who bought it on launch, and games are known to have free DLC packaged in and is priced lower. I would rather have the game now than wait for a sale. Okay, because everyone's going to jump on that. I've watched a full run of Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Okay. I still need to play. I haven't even played Rise. Hey, Mission Hills. That's why I don't buy games on day one. Mission, that was actually going to be my next question. Because you know that there's a chance that these games are, plus I already have the games, so what can I do? Okay. Because you know that this is a possibility, does that does that discourage you from buying day one games? Because I can say for certainty that I do, and I see Mission Hills does the same thing. I actively don't buy most games day one because I know that they're eventually going to be on sale. The DLC is going to come out. Like we talked about earlier with Diablo, I have plenty of other stuff to play. It's not like if I don't buy this game day one, I'm going to be sitting around twiddling my thumbs for the next 4 months until it goes on sale. I have plenty of games to play. Does it stop you? Later, Aqua. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping in. Does the possibility of the games going on sale or the DLC coming out for free, does it stop you from buying games day one? Or do you still very often buy games day one, assuming you can afford it? Because another reason I avoid games day one is because I just can't afford them. Yeah, Nintendo games you buy brand new because they won't. Yeah, Nintendo games. Good luck getting a sale on Nintendo games. On good Nintendo games. If I'm not 100% on it, I just don't buy day one. Doom 2016 is like $5-10. Yeah. Doom, you can buy Doom dirt cheap. I only jump on day one games if I really, really want them. I use these used DS Pokemon games are still like $40 right now. Oh. And that new Dragon Ball Super Broly song. Okay. If it's Nintendo, might as well buy day one. If not, I'll wait for a price drop. Yeah, one of the good things about Nintendo is that most of their DLC, a lot of the time, if not all the time, their DLC, well, not all the time, because Splatoon had paid DLC, Mario Kart 8 on the Wii had paid DLC, but and then Breath of the Wild had paid DLC. But a lot of the time, their DLC is free. So it's not like you don't have to wait for Nintendo to release a Game of the Year edition that has everything packaged together. You don't have to do that because most of the time the DLC that you're going to get is free. If anything, if you were not a huge Smash 4 fan and you get Smash Ultimate, all of the characters that you paid for from Smash 4 you're now getting for free. It stops me with fighting games, okay? I wait for reviews from reviewers like Angry Joe. Oh yeah, Mission Hills. We're riding on the assumption here that the game is good, that it is a game that you have seen, that it is a game that you're going to be interested in. Because obviously, all of this is a moot point if it looks like a terrible game. No one's going to say, "Well, I kind of have to buy it." Like, no, if it looks like a terrible game, there's no point. Some random Smitty. Hello. I'm catching up. Looks like a short of no, Ace Fox, I did not get a haircut. My hair is just straightened, so it's longer. It's actually longer than usual. It depends on the game. For Bethesda games, wait. For others, sure. You have to wait for Bethesda games because you have to find out what all the glitches are first, so you know how to manage your way around them. Fire Emblem has plenty of Does Fire Emblem have paid DLC, or is that the online mobile game that Fire Emblem Warriors game? Because Fire Emblem Warriors seemed like it was going to be a paid DLC kind of game. Sometimes the DLC is supposed to be part of the main game. Example, COD. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't play Call of Duty, so I don't know how they handle their DLC. If it's story packs or stuff for Splatoon. They had paid DLC for the Octo expansion, and the paid DLC was something like 80 more missions, and then the ability to play as the Octolings when you finish those missions.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish.
Mission Hills, thank you so much for the follow. But the stuff in game, extra weapons, extra stages, all of that stuff is free. So it was the extra storyline, it was the extra missions. You paid the extra parts of the single player game you paid for, but the maps and the weapons and everything you actually get for free with Splatoon. So I wasn't sure if Call of Duty was the same way, like you can buy campaigns, but then when it came to the because I know a lot of people they go for the multiplayer and that's it. The multiplayer stuff, do you get the multiplayer stuff for free? No Bethesda game is fun without glitches. Finding them is half the fun. Paid DLC maps and bonus stories for Effie. Okay, for Fire Emblem. I'm all about preservation, so I don't do DLC ever. Gonna break that rule for Smash though. Got everything for Bay Sakurai. It's not Suave. Sakurai's not your Bay. He's your daddy. No, that's right. Yeah, see, bruh, he's not your Bay. That's Daddy Sakurai to you. I'm talking about DLC. I usually like Nintendo style DLC. Yeah, free. Most of Nintendo's DLC is free, and I love that style. I haven't much Smash DLC. I bought some of the Smash characters for Smash 4. I had Bayonetta. I think the only characters I didn't buy were Ryu, and I trying to think if I had Cloud or not. Daddy Sakurai, that's it. I don't mind paying for the Octo expansion because it adds more than just here's a new weapon and could have paid. Yeah, the Octo expansion is a good example of how stuff. Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, they had paid DLC for that, and I think it was $12 for both DLC, but it added 16 tracks and like 3 more players. Like that's a good price for. I mean, the game itself only had 32 tracks, so you added another 50% tracks. That's amazing for $12. Sakurai's the dad that does everything for you. Yeah, he never wants you to ask him for anything ever again. Yeah. I just don't like the idea of losing digital content to the passage of time, but I will break that rule because $25 for 5 fighters feels fair to me. Well, remember, it's also 5 fighters, 5 stages. 76 in Fallout 76 stands for how complete the game is. Oh, random. Some random. I thought the 76 was the number of major glitches. I thought it was that was the game. I thought you had to find all 76 major glitches. And then you had to navigate through smaller glitches to find the major ones and figure out which ones they were. Those are achievements. They're not glitches, they're achievements. Is Fallout 76 that bad? No, I really don't know how bad it is so far, but there was apparently a glitch that deleted the download from your system. So that's pretty bad. That's being generous. I bought all DLCs for Smash 4 on the 3DS. Came out to about $60. Parents weren't happy. Was it $60? Oh, it was $60 if you bought it all at once. If you bought it individually, because I think at some point towards the end, for the Wii U anyway, they offered $35 and you got all the DLC characters that had come out. I think it was when Ryu came out and it was the last of the DLC characters. But that means you had to have not bought any DLC up until then, because then you were wasting money. They're not glitches, they're Eggman's diabolical traps. Are we in the viewer topic? No. We're you know how we are. Come on, Ace Fox, you know how we are here. We start talking about something, we go all over the place. No, I was thinking about that, and I was trying to, because I did see some of those Black Friday sales, and I was kind of wondering, like, is it a deterrent for you to buy games day one like it is for me? Does it bother you? You know what I mean? Like, because that's how we got into this discussion, was that if you wait a little while, you get all the DLC for free. You know, if you wait a little while, you get the Game of the Year edition, or you get the collector's edition. You know what I mean? You get something where I'm trying to think of what they usually call it. But does the idea of getting it cheaper later, or the prospect of getting it cheaper later, does it stop you from buying games early? Do you feel cheated if you bought the game? And so it looks like the consensus is that everybody kind of expected. We like tangents, yes we do. We like tangents. How about that weather? Yeah, we go all over the place here. So yeah, it looks like the consensus seems to be that as a day one adopter, most people acknowledge that the game's probably going to go on sale. So they either accept it or they don't buy games day one. I was curious. That's why I said I wasn't really sure how much mileage we were going to get out of this topic, because I was just kind of curious about what people did about that. Yeah, I go for the late. I bought Horizon Zero Dawn for $20, and it has all the Frozen Wastes DLC, which was apparently the big DLC. It has that on there. I'm pretty sure the game is still in plastic, and I haven't played it.